morning, scholars, and happy Monday. I hope you had an amazing weekend and you're going to have a great start to the week. Welcome to Read Alouds with Ms. Castle. Today we're going to be learning about a new author. Can you list some of the authors that we've already learned about so far? Yes, we had Mo Willems, we had Melanie Watt, we had Jory John, and this week we're going to learn about a fourth one. This is our fourth week learning about authors. I cannot wait for you to meet him today. He is an amazing author, so come along with me today. Okay, scholars, our author of the week is going to be Tedd Arnold. His name is, Tedd Arnold. Let's take a peek at what he looks like and some of the things that he has accomplished as an author. Here is Tedd Arnold. Say hello, Ted. He is an author and an illustrator. So we've learned a lot about different authors that are also illustrators. Last week we did Mo Willems, and he is an author and illustrator. We did Melanie Watt, and she's also an author and an illustrator. And so is Tedd Arnold. He wanted to be a writer because his wife was a kindergarten teacher. He loved reading the books that his wife taught to her kindergarten students. And it made him think, oh, I want to be a writer too for children's books. I think that's going to be an awesome idea. So he began writing and illustrating books for children. He has written over 100 books. Say, whoa, so many books. He has been writing books for over 35 years. That is a very long time to be writing books, and he's still writing books today. Here are some of the main characters by Tedd Arnold. We have Fly Guy, which is his most popular character. We have Green Wilma, and then we have Chip, who's part of the 3-part trilogy of the Parts books. So that is Chip. Today in our story, we're going to be learning about a character who is very worried. What does it mean, scholars, to be worried? Yes, it says when you think something bad might happen to you. So I have a sentence that can help us figure it out a little bit more. My example is, my mom was worried when I had a cough, and so she took me to the doctor. She was worried because I might be sick, and she wanted to make sure I was healthy. So she was worried and took me to the doctor to make sure that I wasn't sick. So in our story today, our character is going to be very worried about something or maybe many things. Today when we read, I want you to think about who is the main character and what events happen in the story to make him worried. So what events in the story make him worried? Today's story is going to be Parts. This is the first part of the trilogy by Tedd Arnold, and it's Parts, and his name is Chip. The character's name is Chip. So come along and enjoy the story because this story is super funny and has a lot of fun rhymes like Dr. Seuss stories. I know you're going to enjoy it. Parts by Tedd Arnold. I just don't know what's going on or why it has to be, but every day it's something worse. What's happening to me? I think it was 3 days ago I first became aware that in my comb were caught a couple pieces of my hair. I stared at them, amazed and more, then just a bit appalled to think that I was only 5 and starting to go bald. Then later on, I don't recall exactly when it was, I lifted up my shirt and found this little piece of fuzz. I stared at it, amazed, and wondered, what is all this stuff? But then I understood it was my stuffing coming out. The next day when I was outside playing with the water horse, I saw little bits of skin were peeling from my toe. I stared at them, amazed, and then I gave a little groan to think that pretty soon I might be peeled down to the bone. Then yesterday, before my bath, as I took off my clothes, a chunk of something gray and wet fell right out of my nose. I stared at it, amazed, and thought, I should feel pain. Well, wouldn't you if you lost a little piece of brain? So now today I'm sitting here enjoying Dr. Seuss, and suddenly I realize a tooth is coming loose. I wiggle it, amazed, dismayed, too horrified to speak. Without my teeth, how can I eat? Already I feel weak. Now I am really worried. I'm as scared as can be, 'cause finally what's happening is very clear to see. Scholars, can you list some things that our main character is worried about that might happen to him? The glue that holds our parts together isn't holding me. And now I'm thinking to myself, what's next in line to go? Might be my ears, might be my eyeballs. How's a kid to know? One day I might be playing ball and have an arm fall off. Or maybe I could lose my head if suddenly I cough. Quite soon I'll be in pieces, a pile without shape. Thank goodness Dad keeps a lots and lots and lots of masking tape. What? You forgot to tell me teeth fall out? And when they do, some brand new teeth will soon begin to sprout? Scholars, Chip, our main character, just found out that he's actually not falling apart. What happened to him? My hair? My skin? And everything? There's nothing I should fear? So all of me is normal? Phew! That's really good to hear. Then tell me, what's this yellow stuff I got out of my ear? Welcome back. Did you enjoy the story called Parts? I sure did. It was always one of my absolute favorites as a child as well. What happened to our main character in the story? Remember, his name was Chip. What happened to Chip? So many things. You want to list some? He had stuff from his ears. Yeah, you're right. Something came out of his nose. His tooth was wiggly. Oh boy, so many things happened to him. But was it really as bad as he thought everything was? No. So when something gray fell out of his nose, he thought it was his brain or a piece of his brain. But was it really a piece of his brain? No, it wasn't. And what about the fluff that came out of his belly button? Was it really stuffing coming out of himself? No, it was just a piece of belly lint. So he was worried this whole entire story that something really, really, really bad was happening to him. But was stuff really bad happening to him? You're right. At the end, his parents sat down with him and were like, buddy, you're not falling apart. All that's happening is you're getting a loose tooth and people lose their teeth. Raise your hand if have you lost a tooth yet? I have. I've lost almost all my teeth. And they all came back, see? So, he didn't know that when his teeth fall out and get wiggly, that new teeth are going to grow in. He was so worried that he was falling apart. And at the end, he was wrapping himself in what? You're right, scholars. He was wrapping himself in lots and lots and lots of tape, trying to hold himself together. He was really worried. There's another word called paranoid. Paranoid. He was paranoid that something bad was going to happen to him. Paranoid is like a step above being worried. He was absolutely paranoid that his body was falling apart so much that he had to tape his body up to hold all of his parts together because he thought the glue holding his body together was coming apart. So silly. Tomorrow we're going to read the second part of the trilogy, and I think you're going to absolutely love it. So make sure you come back tomorrow. Continue having an amazing rest of your day, scholars, and I'll see all of you here tomorrow with me. Love you all. Goodbye.